Evan Ginsberg back with another edition of Evan Ginsberg's Legends TV. And we have the brother team here of poet John Winell and wrestling manager extraordinaire and actor, comedian, Sir Style. Sir Style. Yeah. And I like the outfit with the SS there, which is not what we usually think of for SS.
That's right.
That's,
it's only two S's, so.
Yeah, there you go.
But, yeah, a little throwback here.
That's a look. That's a look.
Well, thank you.
There you go.
It doesn't get any better than
Should I bring it back? Should I bring this look back? Do you think?
I think so.
Bring it back.
Might be time. Might be time. Let's do that.
And John, show him the T-shirt. I bought you that shirt.
That's right. That's right. I'll stand up and show the crowd. Good old Brian Wilson.
There you go.
He's on tour and doing Pet Sounds, and we had the fortune of seeing him last week at the Beacon. Actually, last Saturday, peeking at the Beacon. So there
you go.
Good old Brian, and it was a spectacular show. It's about almost 3 hours, and 2 sets. As you know, you were there.
And you hear the word genius thrown around. This guy's a legitimate genius.
Yeah, it's really like a symphony. I mean,
Yeah, it's a symphonic sound. 11-piece band. Al Jardine from the Beach Boys.
Right, and Blondie Chaplin, who also was with the Beach Boys at one time, and an expanded version of the Wonderments. I mean, they've done it before with strings, but
Beautiful
it
sound.
was a special night at the Beacon. You know, I've been checking the other tour. It was a longer show, and they pulled out all the stops.
That's right. That's right. And Sir Stahl, you haven't been on in a while. Update us. What's been happening with you?
So it's been a long time, at least 6-8 months since I've been here. It's good to be back. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
And I'll tell you what's new with me is
You're like a walking parade. We miss you here. Yeah.
I can always find a reason to be at a parade. I just join right in when I first see one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm dabbling in an area that I never said I would. I'm helping promote a show in my hometown. So that's what's new with me. That's all that's been on my plate lately, and we'll talk some more about that later.
And how about the acting? You've been on Gotham, I believe.
Been on Gotham. Yeah, I was on quite a bit last year. I haven't been called yet for this year, but we'll see. I got a new look. Maybe I can go from being Arkham prisoner to Gotham PD. So
I think you should be a lead supervillain on Gotham.
Dressed just like that.
Exactly.
Hey, listen, one of the guys in the Arkham crew last year, as you know, and a lot of people say don't do background, don't do extra work. I like to think we're one part away, and a guy I worked with as an Arkham extra last year, we worked on 13 episodes this year, he's one of the main characters. So it just proved that you never know, you can be at the right time at the right place. So I'm hoping for that call next.
Got to be in it to win it.
That's right.
That's
I
right.
could be the next supervillain, I could say it.
Let me just say something. You know, there's so much nepotism and cronyism in the film business, in the TV business, in that entire industry. It's sometimes pure charisma and talent, like yourself. Yeah, I think that should take precedence. And
well, first of all, thank you. And second of all, yeah, but it's not always that easy. I mean, just like we've known, and you've known hundreds, if not thousands, of bands that you've seen that have never had an album that should have. It's the same thing. It's not always what you know; it's who you know. It's not always what position you put you're in. Sometimes it's just being in the right place at the right time, and sometimes it's both. Who knows? I still hope to get my break, so I'm working on it.
there you go.
So, and I ain't gonna give up. I do believe, like you said, I have charisma. I do believe I have what it takes, but that's not up to me.
It's not believe, it's a fact.
Yeah, well, thank
It's
you.
a fact.
And either way, I have a lot of fun doing what I'm doing, and I believe it'll turn into something.
We have guests on this show every so often who are near mute, and it's like just go up and sing because this interview isn't working. That's why we're always happy when you come back.
I always am happy to be here.
There you go. So update us with the wrestling.
So yeah, we got. I'm now the general manager of something called Atlantic Pro Wrestling. They decided to run an event in my hometown. So I was getting close to do something myself. We lost a family member recently, and me and my wife were talking about putting together a benefit show. Like I said, I've never even come close to being on the promoting end, and I'm working with partners, in fairness, on this, who are doing an amazing job and a lot of work. But so we're bringing this to Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, on October the 15th. I am the general manager. It's personal to me because my family is involved, and I've done many benefits and many show where we honored people or a building or whatever we could do to help out a community. So the fact that it hits home in my area and my family, I take it personal. So we put together a great card. We got guys like WCW Original La Parka. We got guys like ECW Original Rock and Rebel. We got Funky White Boy versus Sinister X. My brother, Stevie Ray Styles, has helped me put this card together. And I was hired by CEO Big D. And to be honest, him and I aren't getting along right now, but me and my brother Steve Ray Styles, we're not going to let the train go off the track. We are going to bring a show to Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania like they have never seen.
All right.
I've been a part of wrestling in this area in the past, and I can guarantee we're going to set a new standard. You said my return here today was triumphant.
Yeah.
Triumphant will be an understatement as to what Atlantic Pro Wrestling does in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania on October the 15th. It's at the Fraternal Order of Eagles. Doors open at 6, bell time is 7. We got kids 12 and under are $10. We got kids 5 and under are free. And we're going to put on one heck of an event. Go to Atlantic Pro Wrestling Facebook page for all information, and we'll be making an appearance next week for a free event. That again, I can tell you a little bit more about that later.
Sure. And since I've been around endless indie promotions that have failed miserably, let's talk a little about what not to do with indie promoting and what to do. First of all, the 17 matches, 5-hour shows with all the ticket sellers. It's a recipe for disaster. It has to be a quality show, and promoting is 24/7. It's living, breathing, and believing in what you're promoting. It's not posting on the Facebook page or the pretty website. It's going, you drove hours to get here.
Yes.
That's promoting.
Yes.
It has to be TV, radio, setting up interviews, thousands of flyers. Flyers have a 1 to 2% success rate.
Correct.
So you give out 5,000 flyers to a target audience of wrestling fans in a geographic area. Those 5,000 flyers will generate 50 to 100 fans right there. You have to promote. I would suggest taking out TV time during a Raw or a SmackDown in that geographic area on that cable system, and you will see a spike in ticket sales because that's a target audience. It can't just be posting on Facebook.
I agree 100%. You're posting on Facebook. We're reaching each other. We know that. So we have been out, and you asked me about acting earlier, and that's one of the reasons I've cleared my schedule, because what I'm doing right now is 24/7, between the phone calls, between the flyering. I mean, like I said, I have some great people that I'm working with. My brother Stevie Ray Styles, and and CEO Big D. We might not be on the same page right now, but he's done a lot of work to make this happen. We're out flyering every day.
Posters, old school posters.
We're out
going to every pizza shop and ice cream shop in the area.
Done 2
put a
local
poster.
radio appearances. We got one more set up. I'm here today talking about the show and just everything we can do. And I've seen too many times, like you said, people, they post it on Facebook, they think they're going to sell a show and it doesn't. And that's part of the problem we had in my area where wrestling failed most recently. We had a guy running for over 10 years, and then he got to the point where he just gave up on the promoting end. And the last show had drew 75 people, and that was 3 years ago. So
I've been to shows with 7 people.
Really? Yeah, in 110-degree weather.
Yeah.
So I'm just real proud of the card that we got put together for the hometown. I'm real proud to be bringing. We got some other hometown guys involved. A guy named Corey Castle. He's been in the business 14 years, and he's definitely made a name for himself. A guy named the Last Warrior Grey Wolf.
Oh, he's a big boy. I know him.
He is a big guy.
Yeah.
Fabulous double main event. He's
straight out of Game of Thrones, that guy.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
He is. I've known him for about 5 years now, and he's a very good friend of mine. But he's somebody you don't want to cross.
Yeah.
But he's taken on a guy named Kindred, the new age Dracula, and I don't know if you've seen this guy.
I know Kindred Family Soul, the R&B act. That's probably.
I don't think they're related,
Yeah.
but to be honest, I'm not going to ask him. I'm scared to death of the guy. So that's going to be part of our double main event. Falls count anywhere. Who knows? I mean, we're gonna tear Fairless Hills apart, and maybe literally, maybe up and down Old Trenton Road right there. So we can't wait. We're really looking forward to bringing Atlantic Pro Wrestling to Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. And if next week we're gonna have, as I mentioned earlier, we're having a free event, which I'll talk a little bit more about later at Darby's Oak Grill in Bristol, Pennsylvania, just 2.4 miles down from the venue. And I once had an uncle, Mickey O'Grill. He wasn't related to Darby O'Gill, but completely unrelated. But it's a great place.
Are there little people involved?
Real little, yeah. Who knows? Hornswoggle might show up. Now we're gonna have a bunch of guys there. We're gonna have Sinister X there on October the 8th. We're gonna have the Funky White Boy there on October the 8th, and we're gonna have a local legend in our area, 1490 WBCB AM radio. It's partially owned by Eagles legendary broadcaster Merrill Reese. And so they will be at Darby O'Gill's on October the 8th at noon for an hour-long broadcast of Pro Wrestling Weekly, which is the longest-running weekly AM radio program of its kind. It's been running for over 17 years.
Wow.
So current host Ferry Derry will be there.
It's too bad they're not more consistent.
Yeah, I know. They really should be. They really should. They
17 years weekly. I'm impressed.
I think they could have started sooner.
Yeah.
But, but they'll be at it, so they'll be in the house. They'll be wing specials, hot dog specials, and you can come up front, meet the guys from Atlantic Pro Wrestling a week before they debut, get some autographs, get some pictures, get some food. Colleen will be on hand to make sure you're fed and watered. Her tag team partner Desiree will come in at 3. She's a local bartender in a month, and I guarantee these two will be a hoot.
I just enjoy sitting here listening to you talk. Right? This guy can talk.
That's great.
Yeah.
Remember, Darby O'Gills. Darby O'Gills. Say it, Darby O'Gills.
That's right. And
Unrelated to my uncle Mickey O'Grill.
all the context clues tell me you should go to Darby O'Gills. So, John, update us with yourself. What have you been up to?
Having fun and doing a lot of writing, which has been great. And
Are you more inspired during good times or bad times to write poetry?
It's a great
I
question.
think with good times it takes a while. With bad, it's a different kind of process. I don't know.
Do you get different results? I mean, I think that's a great question.
Thank you. That's what I'm here for. There are questions.
There's always a little bit of both going on with me. So the bitter is always accompanied with the sweet, and the sweet with the bitter. But I don't know. Maybe the sad things dredge things up more. But I need time to. It all is part of the process.
Marvin Gaye said he wrote best when he was in love, but clearly a lot of what he wrote from was pain. What's going on, and
I think everything dredges up something. So I'm not the kind of guy, sometimes it happens spontaneously, but I don't know, I need time for it kind of to work its way through and kind of message me, whatever it is that's coming out. Sometimes I don't know where the stuff comes from, it just have to be receptive to it. So I don't know, it's a complicated question, and
well, we have 90 minutes. No, I'm kidding. So as a music aficionado, what is it about Brian Wilson that appeals to you so much? I know he means a lot to you.
I think I've been listening my whole life. There's something, it feels like the sun is there, like the sun from the sky in the music. It's just something so, it's just organic. I don't know. It's something, maybe the purity of it. No nonsense. It's right there. It's immediate.
And those harmonies are beautiful.
Yeah, I've never heard. It's just always stayed with me from when I was young, and then of course I think the music developed. But I've seen programs, and the more I listen, you hear the key changes where it's unexpected. So he's a guy that's writing popular music, but doing really unusual things, unusual key changes.
Every 16-year-old with a hit record, they go, the kid's a genius. No, Brian Wilson's a genius. Smokey Robinson's a genius. Don't cheapen the word genius.
Maybe Keith Richards and I guess John Lennon, those guys.
Yeah.
That's a different level. Stevie Wonder. There's a different level of musicality.
Like in wrestling, everybody's a legend. No, you're not just a legend because you're 40 years old. You're a legend. You're a legend because you're Billy Graham, Bruno Sammartino, Harley Race.
I am living proof being over 40 does not make you a legend.
You know, I'm sensitive to language. It cheapens
course.
the word.
Yeah.
It
Well, of
cheapens the
course.
word.
And like you say, not all, maybe some promoters should get the credit for what some of these guys do, because let's take some of these YouTube sensations. Would they have been there if somebody didn't pick that video off and give them the next step? Probably not, but who knows?
Well, the hype is something to do with, luck has a lot to do with things, and of course, you have to have talent, and then, if you're lucky, things happen as well. I mean,
And part of the problem in the music industry is ageism. You see a 14-year-old, they go, "Oh, the kid's cute. She's pretty. She kind of has a good voice. We could mold her. We could market her, and because she got 2 million hits on YouTube. That doesn't make you Smokey Robinson either.
even in the writing world, who's the new sensation, and then, so you get somebody who's an original idea, and then you get all these other derivations, and then, it's watered down. So, it's one thing to write something, okay, so it looks great, it sounds great, you're throwing fancy words at me, but what does it mean? Is it just hidden behind, you're just hiding behind, fancy words? I guess the same thing could be with music, could be with anything.
With anything, such as life, yeah.
So guys, plug whatever you want to plug, because we're going to have live music later in the show. We're going to have live poetry from John Winell. We're going to talk more wrestling. There is no other show like this. This is the eclectic mix known as Legends TV. Plug whatever you like to plug.
Okay, I mean, I plug that book, which has been around for a couple of years, even though there's older pieces on it, Poems for Everyday People. And I mean, I'm going to try to read something from there. I always try to read something from the book. If you like it, there's 3 ways of at least a minimum of 3 ways of acquiring it. It was a knock on my door, but there's JONWINELL.
Do poets get groupies?
I guess so. I mean,
But that means you don't. I can tell by the tone of voice.
I mean,
I guess so.
I remember sitting
Heard stories.
Yeah.
sitting at a table at an outside restaurant on 2nd Avenue with a friend of mine, and somebody who I swear I had no idea who it was, sitting down at the table and completely freaking me out. So I think if they looked like this guy, I would have been very welcome. They could.
Yeah.
So I mean, people do.
Did they say anything like you're low on milk?
They just sat there.
Oh.
They just looked, and it was
Wow.
it was kind of it was an awkward thing. So who knows?
Yeah.
I mean. It would be. I welcome groups.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah.
Being stalked is a compliment, for sure.
There you go.
Thank you for taking the time. Any stalker,
That's
thank you.
right.
I
That's
appreciate
right.
it.
You're all welcome.
Your time is valuable.
Thank you for the emotional investment.
That's right.
So tell us where to get it.
Oh,
Yes.
so JONWINELL at Facebook and Yahoo, and then there's a third, McNally Jackson, McNally Jackson, on Prince Street online. They can print up copies for you. So there's a lot of different ways, and I'm trying to get together if things get settled enough to put another volume out, and we'll see in the near future.
Okay. And that's JON instead of JOHN because JON is cooler. And Sir Style.
So yeah, as I said, I got 2 big events coming up, and we want to start with Atlantic Pro Wrestling. Atlantic Pro Wrestling.
Not Pacific, Atlantic.
Oh no, it's Atlantic
Or
Pro
Indiana.
Wrestling. Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, October 15th. Doors open at 6, bell time is 7. Kids under 12 only $10, kids under 5 are free. General admission is $20. Me, Sir Style, and my brother Stevie Ray Styles are coming back home, baby, to Pennsylvania, and we're bringing some other hometown boys with us, like Corey Castle, like the Last Warrior, Grey Wolf. We've got ECW original, the Rockin' Rebel. We've got WCW original, the Parka. We've got the Funky White Boy. We've got Sinister X. We've got local. And not just local, worldwide independent talent, Andrew Anderson. You name it, October 15th, Atlantic Pro Wrestling debuts. My hometown, Sir Styles, the general manager, along with my brother Stevie Ray Styles. We are going to make sure the train goes off the tracks. I am the ambassador for the people, and we are bringing good quality pro wrestling back to this town. My buddy from right down the street says that pro wrestling is dying in our town. Well, he says he's coming in and he's going to be the life support that breathes in new air into the fans in our town. We are going to give you the best town entertainment you can have on October 15th. We're going to blow the doors off. Now, 1 week before the October 15th debut in Fairless Hills, just 2.3 miles down the road in Bristol, PA. It's Darby O'Gills. It was Darby O'Gills, not like my Uncle Mickey O'Grill. It's Darby O'Gills, October 8th. High noon, high noon, baby. We got 2 showdowns as me, your general manager, Sir Style, is now being confronted by the CEO, Big D, the very man that hired me to be the general manager, to be the ambassador for the people in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. So me and him got a little bit of a problem, but I'm going to do the job he hired me to do, and that's take care of the people in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. So me and Big D, we're going to square off. We're going to have a confrontation on October 8th live at Darby O'Gills. The second confrontation that day will be between Sinister X and the Funky White Boy. And these 2 guys will meet in the ring. They will do battle on October the 15th. But on October the 8th, they will come live at the table, face to face, on WBCB 1490 AM radio. And if you have never seen Pro Wrestling Weekly, the longest running weekly AM radio show of its kind, every Saturday at noon Eastern Time on WBCB AM, Bucks County, Mercer County, or Burlington counties. If you are anywhere else in the world watching me right now, you go to 1490WBCBAM.com and see their entire library, including this broadcast. October 8th will be on their website right after it's done being recorded live on the air. So, that's October 15th, Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. Atlantic Pro Wrestling makes its debut. Doors open at 6, bell time at 7. 1 week before, free at Darby O'Gills. Noon, it's WBCB 1490 AM, and confrontations. Atlantic Pro Wrestlers will be in the house. Come get your pictures, come get your autographs. Bartender Colleen will be in the house. Her tag team partner Desiree comes in at 3. Bartender in a month, 50-cent wings from 11 to 4, 50-cent hot dogs from 11 to 4, 250 Budweisers all day, every day. So come check it out 1 week before the show, October 8th, and be there October 15th, live.
He forgot one thing. You missed the birth of your mother and father. You don't want to miss any of this.
Don't want to miss that.
And we're going to have another interview, and somebody's going to have to follow him. The impossible task of following Sir Style. We will be right back with more of Legends TV. Don't you dare go anywhere.
From Evan Ginsberg, the associate producer of The Wrestler, starring Mickey Rourke, Wrestling Then and Now. Explores the real-life East Coast indie wrestling scene portrayed in The Wrestler, featuring legends old and new. Killer Kowalski, Nikolai Volkov, Don Dr. Death Arnold, Kid USA, Brian Welch, Casey Kavanaugh, Homicide, Low Life Louis Ramos, Randy the Rat Girl, and the Great Mambo King.
You want to know where the future of wrestling is going? It's going to be as disgusting as it can possibly get.
It's a three-way dance, cockfight style.
A must-see for both diehard fans as well as casual fans. Red Schwan, Wrestling Clothesline. A wonderful piece of history and art. I can't wait to watch it all over again. Dr. Mike Leno.
Sell it.
It was great to see my old deceased friends, Killer Kowalski and Tiger Khan. Also great to see Evan Ginsberg, Don Arnold, and Jeff Archer. Lenny the Genius Poffo. You don't have to be a wrestling fan to enjoy. It's that good.
Pay attention to what I'm saying. You think you become what you feel you become, what you say you become.
Wrestling Then and Now.
It's everywhere, and it's almost like a movement.
Download or purchase DVD at walkertown.com.
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family-owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin.
For nearly a decade, Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio has featured interviews with the greatest names in the arts and sports. Heard worldwide at legendsradio.net, the program has featured these great musical legends: Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Judy Collins, Roberta Flack, and many more. Stars from movies, TV, and comedy have included Jenny McCarthy, Wayne Brady, 30 Rock's Judah Friedlander, Shelley Berman, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, David Allen Greer, and Paul Mooney. Stars of pro wrestling and MMA include Bruno Sammartino, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Superstar Billy Graham, and Frank Shamrock. Co-hosted by renowned journalist Dr. Mike Lano, Legends Radio is heard Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are archived 24/7 with hundreds of hours of classic interviews. Legends Radio also features the best in indie music, showcasing talent deserving wider exposure.
I'm from Brooklyn, baby. Don't forget the gravy. We are soldiers.
You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio. We are back with Legends TV, the only show in the galaxy where a poet will be sitting on a couch with a bunch of wrestlers. Anyway, from Battle Club Pro, we have Mr. Martinez returning to the show, the Federated Brand Ambassador, with Joe Akeem Morales, the commentator and ambassador for Battle Club Pro. Welcome,
Yes,
gentlemen.
Thank you very much for having me.
Mr. Martinez, you're looking very sharp today. Tell us about the upcoming show.
So, I'll actually let Joaquin talk about the Battle Pro debut tonight, and then I could get into a little bit of the Federated stuff.
Okay, tell us what's a big show tonight.
Very big, first show ever.
Wow,
yeah,
that is a big show.
Absolutely, we're trying to make an impact. Battle Club Pro, the whole mission was to bring great independent wrestling back to the Bronx. Lately, everything's been Brooklyn or Queens.
The Elks Lodge is right up the block from me.
Right,
Yeah.
so, the idea was to bring great independent wrestling back to the Bronx. We're right off Hunts Point, 940 Garrison. It's a
busy area.
Yeah,
easily accessible by subway.
Yeah, you're 2-3 minutes walking from the 6th train. So, Carlos is the owner, the brander. He decided to create everything and brought me in. We've been friends for a few years. And basically one day, he does a lot of camera work. One day he was just like, why don't I start my own promotion?
You look like a wrestler.
I
I thought you were wrestling.
No.
We got these little tiny wrestlers in here. You look more like a wrestler. I look more like a wrestler than some of the wrestlers. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So he wanted to, bring wrestling back to the Bronx, and decided to create the promotion. And it's just steamrolled in the last couple of months. We've got a great card. We've got a lot of talent.
What's the main event?
The main event is, I'm so happy because me and Carlos decided very last minute, because we needed a replacement. Unfortunately, we had Chris Dickinson in.
He's a big boy. He's a tough guy.
Tough guy.
Yeah.
He is a tough guy. There was a conflict with his schedule, so he couldn't make it. So last minute, Carlos and I was like, let's just, go for it. And we actually reached out to newly acquired talent for the WWE, Tony Nese.
Oh, yeah.
And
Tony Nese, not only is a big boy, he can move, he can work, he can wrestle.
Premier athlete.
I interviewed him. He is a serious wrestler.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Premier athlete is like the perfect definition for him.
Yeah.
He's got power, he's got speed, he's innovative.
I've been
he's
watching
different.
wrestling since 1972. I'm watching him on the WWE Cruiserweight Classic, and I'm impressed.
Yeah.
And I'm jaded. I'm like, this guy can work.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
The WWE absolutely were, one of the best things they've done was picking him up. He was just on Raw.
Yeah.
He's just on Raw.
Tremendous.
And
So the timing's good.
Perfect.
But you got to get the word out. People have to know he's there. It's tonight.
talking about earlier.
Yeah, we've been promoting. I mean, we've done footwork. We've been all over social media. You know, I've tried to get out to YouTubers, trying to get just everywhere. We're trying to reach out.
Make a big deal that he's there because he's hot off the TV. Yeah.
Because, you know, we're his first booking right off of Raw.
All right.
It is unbelievable. So it's him versus the former WrestlePro champion, Anthony Bowens. So those two guys can mix it up. Bowens is, you know, WWE's got their eye on him. Those guys are just phenomenal. Great athletes. Bowens is one of the nicest guys I've ever met in business. And they're just going to go in there and they're going to tear each other apart. They're going to tear the house down.
All right. So I'm going to throw this out to both you guys. Since the other weekend in New York, and you guys know this is the truth, without any exaggeration, there were 9 promotions running. Yep. I went to Lucha Libre Promotions New York to see a tremendous main event, but there was 9 promotions running. What's special about your promotion? What's going to make your promotion stand out, assuming there's 5 promotions running tonight?
First, where we are, location. Bronx, like I said, seldom do they have any wrestlers there, any promotions there. Just kind of going off a little bit, topic is the world understands that Albany is the capital of New York.
That's right.
But when you really think about it, you hear New York, you automatically go to Manhattan.
That's right.
And then when you go...
How come nobody runs Manhattan, though? Very rarely.
Right. But when you're in New York, there's always 2 boroughs that have the stigma of being the definition of New York, and that's Brooklyn and the Bronx.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So the Bronx associated with greatness.
I'm straight out of Brooklyn. He's flapping.
I'm a Brooklyn guy. I'm from Bed-Stuy, you know?
Yeah. Do or die Bed-Stuy.
Exactly. Yeah. So, the Bronx, the stigma they have with the Yankees, it's just prestige. So what the idea...
Stigma's the word. $35 to park your car. Yankee Stadium. The stigma's the right word.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the first thing, is our location. The second thing is diversity. We're different. We've done promotional videos. Everyone cuts promos, but we're trying to be different with what we do. Aside from that, a lot of promotions, like the indies are having a resurgence.
That's right.
And it's wonderful, but all those companies are more about competition. We want to work with everybody. Yeah. Competition is great,
Amen.
But to spread the love, and if I could get him on the next show, it's like he's coming out from out in Long
There's
Island,
no better talker in wrestling than this guy.
We're gonna put you on as the main event. Just give me a mic. Go put the talkers to shame. But it's the idea.
I hate people put the people to go down and ripping posters down, and they tell your wrestlers not to work for you. It doesn't make sense.
What about the guys who aren't intelligent enough to put up posters? There's no posters to begin with. Some of these guys.
Yeah, no.
I'm running a show in Pennsylvania. I'm helping run the show, to be fair. But we had somebody from Delaware tell a worker he shouldn't come work for us. It's 3 hours away. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense, especially when you really focus on the word independent.
Yeah.
Like, they're all independent contractors. It's about the progression of wrestling. Right, yeah. You get the wrestlers' work. You get them over. They get you over. And then you share. It's all about sharing, because none of us, God honest truth, we don't have the millions that, WWE, ROH has. So it's like...
Neither do I.
No one does. Yeah. None of us here. No, but it's like we can't...
I have a nice couch, but...
Very nice.
When a guy tells me he can't work and he's working for someone else, I say, good for you, I'm glad you're working.
Exactly.
Where someone else...
Right.
Like you said, people just don't want to work together. It's one of the most disgusting things.
It is. It's, we should all share the talent pool. I should be able to bring people out from Atlanta with no problem. People from New York should be able to go out to the West Coast with no issue. And... we should just have this idea and this mission to just raise what wrestling is. For a long time there was a lull and people were so sour on it. But like I said, the indies are having a resurgence. The WWE with the advent of the network, it's like
Cruiserweight Classics was tremendous.
The best thing on TV.
Mr. Martinez, tell us your role with the promotion.
So I'm the brand ambassador for Federated, and tonight 2 of the Federated members are on the card. You have Katrid in a women's 3-way.
John's been in some three-ways, different kind of three-way. Anyway.
That's what poetry does.
Different show.
Let's get groupies.
That's right, my groupies.
We'll talk about the after party later.
That's right.
And then we have Mike Orlando.
Mike Orlando
Mike
is
Orlando.
awesome.
Yep.
I said this on a previous show. I said Mike Orlando is going to make it in this business because not only is he good, he's driven.
Yep.
This guy goes from 200 miles, 300 miles, 400 miles. He gets in the car. He works with the best. He's going to make it.
Yeah.
Guy's going to make it.
Matter of fact, a perfect example of his dedication is I was talking to him last night, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning or something, and he's coming out of the gym. And I'm like, "You ready for tomorrow?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow."
He was a serious football player. He's a real athlete.
Exactly.
NCAA champ, right?
Exactly. He's doing coaching and stuff. So this is, like you said, he's driven, and that's definitely a reason why he's a part of Federated. So tonight I got two of mine on the card, and we're looking to come out on top in our matches and show Battle Pro what Federated can do. We've been lucky. I was on this show with VSK.
Yeah, he's
Tier
serious
1,
also.
Yeah, for the Tier 1 wrestling debut show. And we said it there that we were going to make our mark in Tier 1, and we definitely did over the past year. And here we go, another debut, and we're ready to make our mark.
We have your T-shirt here. Tell us about the T-shirt.
So that's the Federated, you could say, stable T-shirt.
And what does the yourself represent? What is this?
So the whole idea behind Federated was based off of when the WWF lost the lawsuit with the World Wildlife Foundation, and they had to drop the F.
Right.
So right when that happened, something clicked in me, and I said, "Well, if they're dropping the F, I'm taking it." And we decided to brand our stable, our promotion, with one name, and that's Federated.
Okay.
Similar to like the Federated brands in retail, the idea behind it was going to be a compilation of the best under one roof. And
well, when you're talking about guys like Mike Orlando, he's the real deal. He's not a 17-year-old who's 112 pounds.
Exactly.
Who doesn't own tights.
That's exactly.
What you see on indies in New York.
Right. Where's some of these?
No, Mike would definitely roll over them. No problem. But again, the whole idea behind the T-shirt, and like you see on the front, the whole F-bomb can be led to interpretation, but it stands for Federated, and the yourself is just like our mission statement, which is federate yourself, make yourself better, bring yourself to a higher level.
I tell a lot of people F yourself, but we're kind of on the same page.
Yeah, there you go. And the thing with it is, you can F yourself and federate yourself. And
in wrestling, that comes up often enough. Go F yourself.
Pretty much goes with the territory.
Yeah. When the promoter goes, we're a little short tonight. The place is packed with people. Yeah.
And the second part of it is, like you said, when somebody is opposed to us, well, you can go F yourself.
All right. So. And since we're talking about T-shirts, I just want to remind everybody that Legends TV is not too thrilled with Hillary or Trump. We are endorsing Bootsy Collins for president, right? Yeah, Bootsy Collins. That's right.
That's a real candidate.
That's the real candidate right there. So tell us, how do the viewers check out any website, social media for the promotion?
Battle Club has a YouTube channel. We've got all the promotional
Pretty impressive
videos
since it's not even your first show yet.
No,
they're on top of things.
Yes, we had the first video we had was actually a Brute Van Slyke calling out Mike Orlando at a Tier 1 show. Great promo. Brute is just he goes by the motto "so effing big," and he is. He's outspoken.
Speaking of big, Andrew Anderson's big. I was associate producer on The Wrestler. I brought Andrew Anderson in. He looks the part. Yeah. This guy looks like a wrestler. Yeah.
So we have that. We've, like I said, pushing the social media. We've got a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram page for Battle Club itself. Always interacting with the fans and wrestlers. And tonight's huge. We really believe we're going to have to turn people away at the door.
You can only hope.
Yeah.
We're going to show a brief clip from Battle Pro. Check this out, folks. Battle Club Pro, I should say.
Who wants some?
Battle Club Pro tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss this. Sir Style, I stole that line from Ernie Ladd from 40 years ago. And tell us who's just joined us.
So this is my agent, Little Style. Say hello.
Hello.
Little Style, there you go. And Little Style, I think you should wear that to school next week. They're either going to love you or beat you up, one or the other. There you go.
Do you think they'll love you or beat you up?
I'm not sure.
Well, one way to find out. I've learned it could go either way.
All right. So what's your ideal vision for Battle Club Pro? Where do you see this going?
We want to lock down the Bronx as an actual territory. We want people, instead of saying, hey, we're coming to New York, to skip that and say, we're going to the Bronx. You know, talent from Atlanta, the Midwest, the West Coast, Mexico, overseas. We want people to come to the Bronx to perform for those people.
I saw Phoenix against Pentagon Jr. in New York. It was unbelievable. Bringing some talent from Mexico. Oh my God.
Yeah, there's talent everywhere, and you know, like we were talking earlier, we should all share because it's about getting the wrestlers exposure and getting the companies over with the exposure that the wrestlers have, their fan base.
I agree. There's so much more can be accomplished by working together.
And that's why we have
more eyes on you. You know, the faster you can evolve, the larger your crowd's gonna be. This is just, the end result is everybody wants to make it to the big dance. Yeah. And if you only have, let's say, 200 people looking at you every 2 weeks,
the promoters that cripple the workers in that way, they're hurting themselves. Yeah. Because if the workers aren't happy, they're not going to work for you.
Exactly.
It's that simple. So
and what's going to happen is you're going to go to a Battle Club Pro show, and there's going to be VSK and Mike Orlando and 5 other guys, and one day they'll be in WWE. Yeah. And you're going to see them up close and personal, 2 feet away, and it's a whole different feel to it.
Yeah, well, like we said, Tony Nese is the WWE superstar.
That's right.
He's signed to them.
He's there.
We have him.
That's right.
His first booking tonight in the Bronx, 940 Garrison. We have that guy. We have a ton of people that we know for sure are NXT prospects. So, that's the idea, is to get to the big dance. That's what we're working with Federated. They're great.
NXT, I say Nakamura is the finest wrestler in the world. AJ Styles second. A lot of guys have it reversed. What do you guys think?
I've got it the other way.
You got the other way.
I understand why
Nakamura is amazing.
Right, I understand
Nakamura is more charismatic. AJ Styles may be... it's close.
I understand why you have it the other way, because for a guy to have a language barrier and still be that amazing... Yeah, so I can understand.
Nakamura walking to the ring is more exciting than 90% of the guys on Raw.
The first time he did the entrance on NXT, I was like, all right, that's it. Yeah. You don't even have to have the match. I was like, that's it.
I saw Nakamura against AJ Styles, Wrestle Kingdom. I think it was the best match I've seen in 10 years.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
It was definitely up there. Yeah, how many people can you say make the violin something to fear? You hear a violin, and it's that's sweet. And when you hear those notes, it's amazing. I'm going to get kneed in the face, and it's going to hurt.
That's right. That's right. So come on out, folks. Support independent wrestling. I say all the time that minor league baseball and independent wrestling are the best entertainment values out there. It's like the price of a movie. Movies are $15 and change, $16 in New York. I mean, come on. Live show. Support it, ladies and gentlemen. You won't regret it. Plug the website one more time.
BattleClubPro.com. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all Battle Club Pro. The YouTube channel, if you want, to see the diversity that we have in terms of the promos and the ideas of where we're going. And see, it's tonight, 940 Garrison, right off the Funds Point. So there's a pre-show with Wrestlers Laboratory. I don't know if you know about Wrestlers Laboratory.
I heard of them.
Yeah, so their vision is
That's
to
why
bring...
they need a publicist.
Right.
Well, I've sort of heard of them. Yeah.
Their vision, we share a vision in bringing more exposure to the guys that don't get the big city, lights on them. Okay. So we share that vision. So they're going to be a pre-show. And actually, the pre-show starts at 7. Doors open at 6:30. And on their show, they're going to have a match with CPA, the abominable CPA, who's wonderful in his own right.
A lot of CPAs are abominable.
That's the whole thing.
Yes, perfect.
So he doesn't know who his opponent is. But if he wins his match, he actually gets entered into the Battle Club Pro Gauntlet.
All right.
So, there's something at stake there. So you want to be there for that,
Yeah, let promotion support each other, cross-promote.
For $20, you're getting 3.5 to 4 hours of wrestling.
That's right.
Of great
just don't make
wrestling.
it 5 or 6 because it's overkill and people are numb by the main event.
No.
I once saw a cage match. They set up the cage 12:20 at night. After midnight. You're there 5 hours. I couldn't tell you to this day who was in that match. You were numb by that point.
That's one of my biggest
pet peeves.
Yeah, for sure. I can't stand it. After like the 3 hour mark, I start getting upset because I can see it in the fans.
3 hours are fine.
You got kids out there; they're just ready to go. You
can't keep kids at an arena after midnight.
Right.
Come on.
No. But see, that's where I figure you would thrive because you 4 hours in when they're numb, you come out and you cut a promo. Yeah, they're awake again.
Hey, listen, I can put a shot in the arm, but 4 hours in a chair would even do it for me. So I'm very sensitive to that.
Do you know, even in music, Count Basie said, always leave them wanting more. You can't do an hour of poetry. You can't do an 8 hour concert. You can't do 5 hours of wrestling. You have to know your audience.
There's a reason why they should come back.
Yes.
Yeah, you want them to come back.
They had a good time for 2.5, 3 hours. Right. They're going to want to come back.
The other thing is, if guys can't talk, keep them off the mic. You don't need 7 interviews. You let the 1 or 2 guys who can talk.
I want them to leave the building like it was a Rocky movie. Not like it was a Woody Allen movie.
Well, which Rocky movie?
Hey, we were in the car before. Creed, except for the original Rocky, was the best of the bunch. That's an unbelievable movie. How great is that movie?
I gotta say, I was proud to work on that. I was just a
Really?
little scene in the crowd, but having watched those movies for 4 decades, my entire life, it was really cool to be.
Well, you are in a masterpiece. That's one of the best films I've seen in years. What a beautiful movie.
Ironically, it's the only one he didn't write.
Wow, it was great. I thought it was better than Rocky 2. Rocky Balboa was excellent.
It didn't get. It was really good.
I wouldn't be surprised if they make a second Creed.
They're talking about it. They should. Anyway, folks, we got to wrap this segment up because we still have Darren Glick, singer, songwriter. He's going to come out and do an interview, and we're going to have a poetry segment, live music. Don't you dare go anywhere. More of the eclectic. Hold up the poster before we wrap this up.
There you go. That's a lot of the featured talent we have. 940 Garrison, Bronx, New York. Be there tonight. If you get turned away, we apologize, but the crowd's going to sell out. We have main event talent all across the board.
The Boogie Down Bronx, the birthplace of hip-hop, now the hometown for pro wrestling. Any websites?
We're all over social media, so Federated Wrestling.
Do you have your own website?
It's being worked on now. There was an old website that had to be taken down, and then there's new content and stuff that's going up. So all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's Federated Wrestling.
There you go. When we come back, more of the eclectic mix known as Legends TV. We're going to shift to music and poetry. Don't you dare go anywhere.
From Evan Ginsberg, the associate producer of The Wrestler, starring Mickey Rourke, Wrestling Then and Now. Explores the real-life East Coast indie wrestling scene portrayed in The Wrestler, featuring legends old and new. Killer Kowalski, Nikolai Volkov, Don Dr. Death Arnold, Kid USA, Brian Walk, Casey Kavanaugh, Homicide, Low Life Louis Ramos, Randy the Rat Girl, and the Great Mambo King.
You want to know where the future of wrestling is going? It's going to be as disgusting as it can possibly get.
It's a three-way dance, cockfight style.
A must-see for both diehard fans as well as casual fans. Red Schwan, Wrestling Clothesline. A wonderful piece of history and art. I can't wait to watch it all over again. Dr. Mike Leno.
Shut up.
It was great to see my old deceased friends, Killer Kowalski and Tiger Khan. Also great to see Evan Ginsberg, Don Arnold, and Jeff Archer. Lenny the Genius Poffo. You don't have to be a wrestling fan to enjoy. It's that good.
Pay attention to what I'm saying. You think you become what you feel you become, what you say you become.
Wrestling Then and Now.
It's everywhere, and it's almost like a movement.
Download or purchase DVD at walkertown.com.
All right, shifting gears, we have singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, Darren Glick. How are you today?
Good morning, how are you?
Very good, very good. Considering we just buried my mother yesterday,
Sorry, I'm very sorry.
this is very therapeutic for me, and this falls under the category of the show must go on.
Good.
So when we hear wrestlers who go, it's too early, and singers, it's too early, it's too far, it's like they don't grasp the show must go on.
Too bad.
So,
Said better.
on a happier note, tell us about yourself. We have a mutual friend in Luann Cerace.
Yes, Luann, one of the founders of RAD, actually. That's sort of how I got my start, starting to write and produce the songs that I had in my head for many years.
Better than having voices in your head, like a lot of our guests.
I think they were a little bit of voices / music, but on my 39th birthday, I made a promise to myself that I would learn how to play guitar, and I would sing
That's
it
interesting.
and perform on my 40th.
Okay.
And I wanted to be a rock star for
How
one
many
day.
hours do you have to put in to learn guitar at age 38 or 9?
A lot.
I would imagine.
A lot. I took lessons for several months, probably one or twice, 2 times a week. And then on the weekends, I would just go on YouTube and ultimateguitar.com. I would figure out which songs I wanted to learn, and I would just makeshift it until I got my hand and eyes and voice.
So how many years now have you been playing?
So I've been playing 5 years now.
5 years, okay.
Met Rad. I met Luann.
Are you pleased with the progress?
I like you said, it's very therapeutic for me. Whenever I'm feeling a little down or even a little up, and I just want to indulge myself, it just takes me into another parallel universe, and it's a wonderful feeling.
There you go. And what have been some highlights so far since you've been playing?
I would say, just the jam sessions that evolve from meeting different musicians. I live by Washington Square Park, so a lot of the guys in there would help me. And, I would ask them to teach me a little of this or solo or how they're picking. And
so you meet some of the old folkies down there?
A little old folkies,
Yeah.
some of the addictive personalities. But you know what? They're all great human beings, and they all have a lot of art and love to share. And they taught me a lot.
This sounds like a show in itself.
Yeah, it's like a documentary.
I'm going to read a piece today about Washington's walking through Washington Square Park.
Love that place.
Yeah, it still has character.
The character has come back thanks to de
Well, they've
Blasio.
changed it since they paved, they evened out the...
the pavement and the fountain, and
That's
it looks great. Unfortunately, there's a couple of issues going on, but aesthetically it's gorgeous.
Ever since Tommy Marr and Michael Packer tried to blow up Washington Square Park at a concert when
that was the time to buy.
That's why they did it.
Right. Bring the real estate down. But the jam sessions and the musical combinations of different genres, I find fascinating. So I have a friend that does some reggae, and I have another friend that used to play the cello. And listening to my music or their music in combination with mine, it's sort of like 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. And jam sessions, I remember as a kid saying, I would just love to be able to do what those guys are doing, which is just spontaneously playing off of each other organically. And that's my love. So when you have
like a drummer's circle.
Yeah.
You ever see that?
Without the drums.
That's right. That's right. So playing music.
But folk music has always had that.
Yeah.
These guys, you see these shows, these guys from the mountains, I mean, anybody, they just get together and they just play. And it's all colorless, cultural, so it all comes through and people feeding off each other.
Really is a
Woody
feed,
Guthrie continuing that with guys, Cisco, so whoever, that's a tradition of folk music.
So who are some, I'll throw this out to everybody, who are some of the folk artists that have influenced you?
Well, of course, Dylan, although some would, argue that, he's no longer folk, but he truly is, for me, personifies what folk was and could be, and whether, the controversy about him going electric, whatever. The truth is the lyrics had so much meaning. The voice was the voice of a generation. And, I love Woody Guthrie, Bob Dylan, but I also like the old time guys.
Like?
Well, like Elvis Presley, for instance. I'm a big fan of his, but
I wouldn't qualify him as a folk singer.
No, but
more rockabilly early, right?
That's right. Sun Records.
He had gospel. He had blues.
Well, he had all the influences. Yeah.
As anybody from Memphis, I mean, if that's that road coming through, literally, figuratively.
Well, everything met down there: R&B, gospel, rockabilly, country. Yeah. You had a lot of the R&B singers, like early Ray Charles. They had a country vibe to it.
There's a blues. Look at Roy Orbison, who actually is my favorite son.
And rock.
Son, I mean, he had it all, And there's a tribute that they did for Roy, where everybody gets together. Guys, I mean, Tom Waits is on that, sitting in the back playing the,
Some people say that my voice sounds like Tom Waits, and I don't know if that's a compliment, but I take it.
Sounds like Tom Waits?
I take it as one.
I don't know, but...
I love Skip James. He's a very old school,
Well, he wrote I'm So Glad, which the Cream did.
So you know about Skip, yeah. I mean, the devil got my woman.
Is that Skip James?
Yeah. That's just hearing this voice coming off of, it's in a CD format, I guess, MP3, but you can hear the vinyl because he wasn't alive for later on. You can hear the turn of the vinyl. You can hear those imperfections, which creates the perfection.
Actually, that was used in a Daniel Close movie.
Oh yeah.
Saving Llewellyn Davis.
Ghost. No.
Yeah.
Ghost World.
Oh, okay. What'd you think of Saving Llewellyn Davis? Because it got mixed reviews. I enjoyed it. What did you guys think?
Fantastic.
I love the music.
I love the Coen Brothers.
I love the Coen Brothers. I'm a big fan of.
That's supposedly based on Dave Van Ronk, who I used to see play around.
Is that right?
In the city.
I thought it was an excellent film. I mean, it was kind of grim, but it wasn't the happiest film.
It was reality.
Yeah.
It was reality for most musicians in general, but especially highlighting somebody that was so potentially successful, whose inner demons, I think, led to his inability to break through commercially, while all his contemporaries were.
Serious film. I recommend it.
Yeah, I didn't see the movie, but that's exactly how I felt watching The Wrestler.
Yeah.
The Wrestler wasn't a happy film.
That's a reality.
It wasn't. It certainly wasn't, but it was a good one.
Hey, I know guys who have sold out arenas, who end up with some menial job. You know, they're sweeping the floor. They're security guards. They sold out arenas around the world.
Right.
The wrestler was accurate. We did a lot.
People don't realize that just because you see someone on TV, they think they're set for life, and it's just not like that. Even the guys who've been on for years, people don't realize that they go back to everyday jobs. They really do.
Yeah, it's true in a lot of fields. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, you know, as an educator, I tell people, as a former teacher, I tell people, you know, we should be teaching financial literacy. The average person has no clue. 401ks, Roth IRAs, budgeting, saving. The average
budgeting
person
is the key. People
Yeah.
don't know.
It's like
Never live beyond your means.
it's like, that's the most basic principle of living. Don't spend more than you make. You know, maybe you don't need that $240 cable bill, genius. Get Netflix.
It falls
You can't
down-
pay your bills.
It falls back on what's one of the biggest commodities? Common sense. It's just
Yeah.
amazing because it is a commodity.
Well, assuming you're healthy, the most expensive, the biggest expense is rent or mortgage.
Right.
Okay, set your priorities. You don't need 7 phones and 8 cars, and you know we're like the consumers. What are you doing this weekend? I'm going to the mall. I need 82 pairs of shoes. No, you know.
There was an article in.
Sounds like a song or a poem. I need 82 pairs.
That's
I
right.
like that.
There's an article about a dumpster.
Dedicated to Imelda Marcus.
You work on the poem, you work on the song. We'll meet back here in a month.
There's a dumpster diving discussion or article about these people that have normal jobs that were diving behind Whole Foods to get their tuna sandwiches. And a friend of mine said, you know, when you have to dumpster dive to eat,
Yeah, you might want
it's
to get
time
rid of
to
the
move.
cable first.
Well, it's also time to move out of wherever you are and go to a little less expensive area, so you don't have to dumpster dive. But
Yeah.
that's what people are doing.
People
these days.
people are paying for their zip codes. I need to live in Williamsburg, even
Right.
though it's $3,000 a month.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's like, okay, I'll live somewhere not as chic and be able to pay my bills.
Right.
Come on. And do you have any social media you'd like to plug? How do people get in touch with you?
I have a Facebook page, Darren Glick and the Suspicious Muffins, which is a story in and of itself.
Well, tell us real quick.
I was at a wedding in California, and a friend of mine was handing out some edibles at his wedding party. I'm not the one necessarily to partake in that type of stuff. I've experienced it, didn't like it, too powerful for me. And other people started to do it, but he had quoted saying, dessert will be served with quotation marks, and I see this pregnant woman going up to the edibles, and I said, what are you doing? He said, we can have dessert. I said, no. He said, we can have dessert. She goes, I know. I go, apparently you don't.
Yeah.
And I explained it
Yeah.
to her. She goes, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, my husband. And she turns and he's like eating his third.
Yeah.
And he had
He's
never,
feeling good.
He had never touched it before.
Yeah.
And he bugged out a little bit.
Oh,
with
all right.
He wanted to go to the hospital. He thought he was dying. And nobody knew what to do.
Panic attacks.
I said, we got to get an actor. One of the friends of his was an actor. I go, pretend he's EMS. So I came over to him.
Wow.
Took his hand, started talking to him. Nobody's ever gotten sick or died from this. You're just panicking. You just relax. And then after you hold his hand, he goes, and your blood pressure is 140/80. You're perfect condition. He looks at him. He goes, blood pressure? You were taking my pulse. You're a liar.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. And he started to run out into the desert. So I said,
Wow.
listen, do what he wants to do. And just call an ambulance. Take him to the hospital. So that's what they did. And became known as the Suspicious Muffin Incident.
Wow.
So I said, that'd be a
Opposed
great
to
name.
Frank Zappa's Utility Research Muffin Kitchen.
There you go.
Where they don't make suspicious muffins.
There you go. So I thought it would be a great name for a band if I ever had one.
When he came to the party, he didn't expect to see demons and snakes. This was quite the party.
The guy, he just wanted some dessert.
You should have seen how this guy was walking around. It was
Wow,
it was
amazing.
funny, and afterwards, at the time, it was a little disturbing. So
Amazing, amazing. Anyway, Darren, we're going to hear you play in just a
Great,
few minutes,
great.
so we want your fans to stick around, and we're going to hear a set from John Winell as well. That's kind of poetic in
There you
itself.
go.
Why not?
John Winell as well. In just a minute, folks, more of the eclectic
As
mix,
and is will.
known as Legends TV. Don't you dare go anywhere.
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this, you'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue Tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
Okay, welcome back. I'm going to read a couple here. It's called Those Forgotten, Those Remembered. Early morning glare of sun. The flesh is fragile and bleeds easily. The skull with its rattles, vertigo songs, and indigo smiles protects gently against cruel winds. Dust upon the iris irritating generates a pearl. We wake, breathe, curse the night for its mysteries, lying inside a carbine of dreams. Each day we fight for bread, wait in a line of lairs, palaces of the underground, thieves and liars to cull honey from a dangerous hive. This is called Connections. We speak of kindness, watching, listening as tears fall from clouds and all is silent. You sit beside me on the train, eyes moist, captured by some gypsy tale about sacrifice. You seem lost, forever seeking inside the petals of a rose, counting sand grains as you run to the ocean. I catch words as they fall into my palms, filling me with stories as the train stops and you flutter into the night. This night of disquiet, roaming streets under a darkened moon, seeking answers in an absurd world where skeletons clank their bones as they walk and cats prowl. And before I read this one and the last one, I just wanted to mention there's going to be a memorial for Barbara Ginsburg at Patty Quinn's in Queens, in Flushing, Queens, on 163rd Street, 4702. It's going to be next Sunday, October the 9th, from 7 to 11 p.m., and there's going to be some really spectacular musical guests, Robert Ross and Ned Massey and Alpha Harvison and Edwin Vasquez. So please come up. It's free live music, and there's going to be food. All are welcome to show your respects and honor the joy of Barbara Ginsburg. Okay, so I'll read this one. This is a poem. I know she loved Washington Square Park and certainly always talked about it. So this one is about that, and the last one is a poem that Barbara that I heard a number of years ago that I really like. So I dedicate these last two for her memory, for Barbara. It's called The Park at Midday. Crisis of longing, couples refracting politics along grass plots. Music collapsing discordant, puppets dance as young college girls giggle. The distant twirling carousels, time passing its arc as the earth tumults through blank sky. All of life's survivors, the child murderer who asks for money to pay for bird food, the hermit monk walking through tree coverings, seems to stumble, returns to a different path. Girls who hide their mysteries beneath religious slogans because Jesus is really the answer. Amen. I face the sun, head down from its fierce testament, seeking solitude in a confused wonderland as music once again raises its head in circles while squirrels drop empty shells upon our covered heads. And this poem Barbara heard years ago, and I dedicate these specifically to her. It has no title. A skull cap in puddles, soiled. 3 cats cautiously murmur, lift their heads, green eyes watch as I pass. The sky is silent, someone forgot his prayers. Only the rain speaks, shivers in corners, trickling windows, getting blinded by tall buildings. Thank you.
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family-owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin.
After you hear his performance, check out his Facebook page for more information. Welcome to the stage, live in studio, Darren Glick.
Thank you, Styles. Thank you, Evan. This is a song I wrote about post 9/11 New York City called NYC. Walked out of JFK, I'm on my way. I know you miss me, baby, back today. Don't take the tunnel, mister, take the bridge. My mountain skyline growing another limb from the wreckage. This town just keep growing on me. Stop dragging me down. You keep bringing me. Stop dragging me. Oh yeah. In the blind spot you could see the heart of the city. But you don't stare, don't dare, don't care, just let it be. What does it take a tragedy to bring you to your knees? We got stop frisk, aka nigga freeze. You know this town just keep growing on me. Stop dragging me down. You keep bringing me. Stop dragging me. Oh yeah. Turf wall, easy score, love the neighbor not. We got drive-in, drive-through, drive-by, another kid's been shot. We got black, white, and the Jewish, Hispanic, jungle and its prey. We got this day, more pain, no shame, was a mock you killed today. I said, this town just keep growing on me. Stop dragging me down. You keep bringing me. Stop dragging me. Oh yeah. Like a father you watch over me, and like a son I've watched you grow. I love this town, you are a part of me, but I'm pretty sure you know. So keep growing, stop dragging me down. You keep bringing me. Stop dragging me. Thank you. For my next song, I wanted to do a little harmonica. I have a couple of questions I had from the story about Samson and Delilah. So this is the song called Questions for Samson. So you fell from grace, you didn't run in fear, you came back for more, heard what you needed to hear, and when she drew you in, was she
your favorite sin? And did you see her coming, or just accept that you were gonna fall in? Oh, 'cause I don't need no more from you. I need nothing, oh, but my sweet Delilah. You're the tramp and the thief, I'm the liar. Oh, 'cause I don't need no more from you. I need nothing but my sweet Delilah. You're the tramp and the thief, I'm the liar. And when she scratched your heart, did she scar your soul? You're the biblical player, wasn't she the goal? And when she asked you once, betrayed you 2 times more. So then who's to blame for your shame, pain that you chose to ignore? Oh, 'cause I don't need no more from you. I need nothing, oh, but my sweet Delilah. You're the tramp and the thief, I'm the liar. Oh, 'cause I don't need no more from you. I need nothing, oh, but my sweet Delilah. You're the tramp and the thief, I'm the liar. Oh, yeah. Baby, tell me what you need. Baby, tell me what you need. Oh, just tell me what you need. Yeah. Baby, tell me what you need. Oh, just tell me what you need. She said, I just need to know, I won't tell a soul, how you got so super powerful. Samson, lie with me. Oh, just don't you lie to me. Oh, 'cause I need to know, I won't tell a soul, how you got so super powerful. Samson, lie with me. Just don't you lie to me. Oh, 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 yeah. Baby, tell me what you need. Oh, just tell me what you need. Give me what you need. Thank you. I got time for 2 more songs or 1? Okay, so I'm going to do a little song I recently wrote about thinking about the creation of Adam as a reality TV show, which is interesting because that's how I think Trump's presidency is. I think he's just doing a reality show. So this is my little creative thought process. Hope you enjoy. Won't you all welcome Adam to my reality show? He formed you as his first contestant. I built you a garden just don't eat from the tree. You got no bills to pay, one rule to obey. And ratings were good, but you know that means nothing. You gotta always keep the people happy. I threw in Eve to test your self-control. Boss, you didn't know a friend from foe. And God only knows how it grows. Reap what you sow, you don't dabble with the demon. He'll tongue-tied, tantalizer till it takes his toll. Went the way of the wicked, oh yeah, and then you double down and nearly damn your soul. Season 2 is brought to you by Apple and Free Will Consequence, knowledge of the good and evil. Now you got your primal fear of darkness, personal shame. Didn't you ever wonder how this all was legal? And I gave you the tools so that you could make fire and clothe you in some fashionable threads. You said you didn't know it wasn't just a game, so Adam had you know to pass the blame. Oh, to the serpent and the dame, oh, and the fame. You know you love it when they know your name. You don't dabble with the demon. They'll tongue-tie, tantalize it, take his toll. Went the way of the wicked, oh yeah, and then you double down and nearly damn your soul. Oh dear God, what you crave with her eyes, convinced the world make her wise, then handed it to me. Oh dear God, and I would do it again, and the beginning's the end of my immortality. So won't you all give a hand to Adam on his TV debut? Word from above, we got the season renewed and wrote the story. The worldwide syndication for the rerun. I had no legal rep as far as we knew. Murder, sex, jealousy, paradise lost. Listen, don't viewer discretion is suggested for you. Season 3, you're gonna see what your free choice has become, and you will learn from what you done. You were my chosen one, now you shall be shown. I can't kill you cause you're still my son. You don't dabble with the demon. He'll tongue-tie and tantalize until it takes his toll. Went the way of the wicked, oh yeah, and then you double down and nearly damn your soul, 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 damn your soul. And then it's a shakedown, it's a low down shame, it's a smackdown. I've been kicked, I've been picked with conviction and a sleight of hand, great deception. I've been kicked and knocked down and confused, like I've been abused. I'm the victim, I've been kicked out of paradise. Nearly damn my soul, the Lord have mercy. Lord have, and nearly damn my soul, and nearly damn my soul. But the Lord had mercy, Lord have mercy on my soul.